Hey everyone, welcome back to Trail Expedition. My name is Scott, and today we are doing trail number 2 here in Moab, Steel Bender. Let's get to it. Joining me on this trail ride is Chase in his TJ on tons and 40s. We had the issue yesterday on Lost World Trail where heat soak, overheating, fuel issues. We think we got it sorted out. He's going to run hoodless today because I'm sure it's going to be another scorching 100-degree day. So we're hoping that'll keep it nice and cool. All right, let's get on the trail. All right, 7 o'clock in the morning. Just dropping into Steel Bender.
Steel Bender is a popular hardcore trail centrally located in the Moab area, which offers challenging ledges and stunning scenery throughout.
So I do have that Funtreks book that I'm using as well, and it does say the trail starts out with 3 different creek crossings, but they say the creek typically isn't deep. And then after the 3 creek crossings, they say is one of the more challenging sections of the trail, and then we'll hop into the loop route after that.
We visited Moab in August, which is known by the locals as Angry August. Every day was easily over 100 degrees, which caused the water levels in the creek beds to be extremely low.
Guys, we are 1.5 miles in. Just got done with the 3rd creek crossing, and a little bit here at 1.9 miles it'll say drop down ledge, and 2.1 says turn right left uphill, climbing many difficult ledges. So they say that's one of the harder parts of this trail, so we'll see how difficult it is. We have a couple ledges right here that we're going to drop down. Yeah, they're not too bad. I mean, we're kind of, like I said, I'm on a JK on 4 inches of lift and 38s, and he's on 40 and 1-ton axles, so I mean we're just making it look easy. I should say the Jeeps are making it look easy. Alright, so after that little drop down, we have another ledge climb up. And yeah, I mean, looks like the easy line is all the way to the right, and I think we're going to try to take the harder line on the left. So in the book they say these couple of ledges here and there that we just went through, there might be a couple more up here, but they say it's some of the hardest parts of the trail. So I mean, we walked right through that, no issue. So yeah, I think we're going to be fine.
That was near vertical.
I know, it was pretty awesome, wasn't it?
Yes. It was just a cakewalk, actually.
Yep, here's the next one. So this one is dug out right in the front here, so we'll see if I can get tires on it before my bumper hits. And I'm gonna have to come in at an angle. so dug out here in the front, I may have to take the I think that's a bypass over to the right there. We got her. Yeah, so that initial line I tried to take, it's really rutted out right in the beginning of it, and I was hitting my bumper before I can get my tires up on it. Chase probably won't have that issue. Yeah, see the difference? Chase can get his 40s up on that ledge. You may have to bump it a little bit. Right there. Oh yeah. Just got done with that ledge climb. I had to take the line to the right just to get my tires up on it. But Chase, his approach angle is much better than mine with those 40s, and he got right up it. He had to give it the old Moab bump, but walked right up it. It's definitely really rocky through this area. But in that book, they say this is one of the hardest sections. I'm sure we'll see some other harder stuff. I know there's that wall obstacle, and if we handled this that easily, we'll probably give that wall obstacle a shot.
The wall obstacle was actually not part of the main trail, and we missed the turnoff to attempt it. Oh well, we'll give it a shot next time.
Oh, and those that are wondering, I did not use lockers on that. I initially put them on when I was trying to get up that hard line that Chase went up, but then I turned them off to get up the other line. To another set of ledges here. This one doesn't seem nearly as daunting as the last ones. Getting our tires up on it. Up we go. Sections in here where I'm intentionally taking harder lines, like right here. If I stay all the way to the right, that's a little bit easier, but let me get this tire up on here. Little slippage, would have been easier with lockers, but that's okay, didn't need them. That section was really cool. A lot of fun. I could see if you were on maybe 33s, you know, you could probably struggle with it a little bit. But it's all about proper line placement. If you can get the right line, And lockers definitely help if you don't have big tires. But no, I mean, we walked right up it. So yesterday really doesn't count just because that was a nice easy trail with not many rock obstacles. But what are your thoughts so far?
Yeah, I'm happy with the Jeep's performance, I guess.
Is the rock crawling what you expected it to be?
Yeah, I think so.
The Steel Bender loop route is approximately 9 miles and expect to spend between 2 and 4 hours to complete this route. The high point is 5,776 feet, and the best times to visit are March through October. Just be warned, if you come in August like we did, expect very hot days.
Is it easy to say that this is what your Jeep was built for and not Michigan? I think so. Is it just me, or is there something therapeutic about rock crawling?
I don't know, I've been pretty stressed the past 3 days.
Well, take all that out of the equation. Are you having fun right now?
Oh yeah, this is what I needed.
That's what I'm talking about. Alright, so we are at mile marker 2.5. In the book it says for loop route, turn left here and then jump to loop direction. So we're going to stay left, we're going to do the loop route, and then it should kick us right back out here, and then we'll have to go back out the same way we came in.
Back down through that little canyon.
You know it.
Cool.
Miles in, another little rock crawl or uphill area here. Nothing that our Jeeps can't handle. I mean, we're walking right up all this stuff. So when I'm trail riding in the JK, there's a certain configuration that I like things. So on my dash here, I have my temp gauge and the direction I'm heading. So it's 82 degrees currently and we're heading north. I also have my tripometer reset at the beginning of the trail, so we're 3.5 miles in. I have my front camera up here. That is a swivel camera, a GoPro. I can mount it facing forward or towards me. Over here I have the rear camera, so I can see Chase behind me. It has the time up there, which is 2 hours. That's Michigan time, actually. Speed is also up there. This is also a dash cam. Here I have my front-facing camera, so I can see the rocks in front of me. Over here I have a heads-up display that reads out my speed. It also has our elevation as well, so we're at 5,300 feet right now. And then I'm not sure if you can see it over here or not, but I do have my tablet, which I have Onyx off-road pulled up. So I have a little bit of everything going on in here, but it's all things that help me navigate through the trails. Alright guys, so we're about 3.5 miles in and we left the rocks and now we're into like a sandy wash area. You could probably pick up the pace here a little bit if you wanted to, but we're in no hurry, so we're just going to take it nice and easy. Alright, so we're making that first turn on the Steel Bender loop, the one that kind of curves to the right. So far this trail has been a lot of fun. The most technical sections were on that initial part in, but there are some other spots here and there that still make it a little interesting, so you still have to pay attention. So at mile marker 4.7, you can stay left if you want to just keep it easy and stay on a dirt road. or you could pop up on this fin, which is the right side. Takes you to the exact same spot. We're doing the fin. This is the end of the fin, it looks like. And it looks like it just drops back into the trail. So we just went through this little obstacle that you could completely bypass it if you want to, but we got our passenger side tire up on this big rock just to see how flexy we could get. Inside the Jeep it felt really tippy, but then we just watched the video real quick right after and it doesn't look hard at all. It's crazy how much the camera just makes these rocks look tiny out here. Guys, we're about 75% of the way through the loop trail on Steel Bender here, and we had some rocky stuff about 50% of the way through. It's still intermittently rocky here and there, but it does give way to a lot of sand. So you can put a little bit of mileage down here, go a little bit faster. We're going 10 to 15 miles an hour through here on average. And then when you hit the rock section, you got to slow way down unless you want your teeth rattled out. Looks like we got a couple of whoops. Bad. It's a 40-inch tire thing. And the short wheelbase, yep. So far the backside of this loop hasn't been anything really difficult. You know, some decent sized boulders here and there. It is really chewed up and really rocky. So it is a little bit of a bumpy ride. Looks like we are starting to progressively make our way back down the hill, the mountain now. It's definitely chewed up through here. As demanding as this trail can be at times, you gotta slow down every once in a while and enjoy this view. I mean, check this out. Alright guys, I will say this about Steel Bender. It's a beautiful trail. If you guys can handle that initial part coming in, so far that's been the hardest section, and honestly it's been our favorite section. We're actually looking forward to the fact that we actually got to go back out that same way. But if you can handle that initial drive in with the climbs and the descents, you can do the rest of it. The rest of it's been relatively easy. Very rocky, some climbs here and there, some sandy spots here and there, but for the most part I think a standard Rubicon Jeep could do it. You know, the beginning part might give you the most hang up though. Right around the 9 mile mark, there is this spot that, you know, you're going down a hill and this first little part's not bad, but there is a drop up here that you know, requires a lot of your attention. If I was in a stock Jeep, this drop would make me nervous. All right, hopefully my tires hit first and not my bumper. Good drop. We cleared it just fine though. It's funny, sometimes you can walk up to an obstacle like that and look at it and be like, it just looks crazy, or you probably shouldn't do it. And I just looked back in the footage of us going down that, and it didn't look hard at all. I didn't even really come close to hitting my bumper, and I thought I was going to. Now, if I was in a stock Wrangler, no lift, you know, set of stock tires, yeah, I think you probably would be into your bumper on that drop. So this is the turn that if you go left, it takes you to the flat pass route of Steel Bender, and then if you stay right, it finishes off the loop. All right, so the loop portion is done. Now we're navigating our way back down that main section where all those waterfall drops are. They're up here a little ways, but they're an awesome section of the trail, so I figured we might as well get some more footage of them. All right, so now we're heading back down those climbs that we came up earlier. Pretty decently steep. That. I do know there's a couple more of those up here. That was just the first on the way out. And this time we're opting for the easy line going out. This way. It's just the right wheelbase that I'm climbing both sides.
What if you
turned into this?
Right high.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Your back wheel's gonna hit that undercut and then keep on that edge.
Yeah.
More of an angle.
Like this?
Is it?
There. Got her. Chase walked right up that one, and I had to take 3 different stabs at it, but we got it. The drone's actually tracking you now. The second water crossing, should be one more. Alright guys, and that's the very end of the Steel Bender Trail. This trail was a lot of fun. The most technical stuff is in the very beginning, right before you get to the loop section. When you get to the loop, you hang a left and you're supposed to run it clockwise. The stuff in the loop wasn't too bad compared to when you first get into it, but overall, trail was a blast. I would definitely recommend doing it. And thanks to Chase, he's all flexed out over here. There he is. Thanks to Chase for accompanying me on this trip. I was a little apprehensive with doing some of these Jeep Badge of Honor trails without having someone with me. So I'm glad he made the trip for this one. Anyway, that's going to be it for this video. We will catch you guys in the next one.